Welcome to the Beard Me That Beer podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Sam. And today, holy shit, what are we talking about? Hold on, I changed the link.
Welcome to episode number 37.
37! So happy. All right, and today's topic, video games. Cool. Question mark. So we'll be discussing video games today. Not like our previous video game discussion.
Not our favorite, but more of a political, socio-economical way of discussing video games.
Just in a general sense, in our take.
Pretty interesting question.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I only leafed through it like twice.
I looked at a couple and I was like, oh, these
retain nothing.
They're discussions and not just answers.
So should be a fun one today.
Yeah, should open up a lot of doors to a lot of people complaining that video games are something that they're not.
And that we don't know what we're talking about.
But first, the beer.
Yay!
From Ogopogo Brewing. Börries. Or Börries. Börries. 7.2%. It's a pastry sour with raspberries and donuts. Börries are a type of hellhound that roam the Netherlands. They may live both in water and on land. They walk differently from regular dogs, using their two left or right legs simultaneously with each step. This gives their stride a sway that is unmistakably the walk of a Börries. When a Börries runs, its tail positions parallel to its spine. Some said the sight of a Börries was a bad omen, foretelling dangers. When a Börries approaches you, there's not really any hope of outrunning it. The best thing to do is to be still, don't talk or move, don't even blink. Brewed and canned by Ogopogo Brewing.
I don't think they're describing a dog. That sounds like a monster.
It's a mythical hellhound. It's hellhound.
The moment they said that it lives on water and land, I'm like,
it's a mythical hellhound.
I don't know any dog.
Yeah, it's a mythical hellhound.
I didn't catch. I guess I was not listening.
Like the first four words.
I was like, all right,
Börries are a type of hellhound. But Ogopogo in San Gabriel, California. And here's their About Us, and I think it's probably the best About Us I've ever read on any brewery's website. Are you ready?
I mean, I'm not going anywhere.
Two young lads met and became friends while wandering the land of yeast. While discussing palindromes, they decided to open a brewery.
Discussing palindromes? How does that come up?
I mean, they're yeasty boys, so. And they got like this cool little picture of them.
They look like yeasty boys.
Yeah, they do, huh? They like yeast. Ogopogo, I like the name. I like the brewery is like two Loch Ness monsters, I guess. Well,
I mean, maybe we're describing a mythical animal.
So this is a pastry sour with raspberries and donuts. So I'm expecting it to be like a jelly donut.
Donuts? Can't say I've ever had something claiming to have a donut flavor.
You use yeast in donuts, so I'm guessing that's not too far from it. So this might taste like a baked good.
I was like, just the taste of yeast is not necessarily the taste of a donut.
I mean, that's the taste.
They're made with yeast.
Is the flavor, though, a lot of the time. That's the bread. That's how bread makes its taste. Adding stuff helps, too.
I don't know what kind of donuts you're eating. I question your diet.
You cover it with chocolate, it's going to taste like chocolate. But a plain donut doesn't taste that good.
Between your description of donuts and the way you eat your eggs,
I put them in a microwave.
I don't know if you're the best.
And you don't even check your
best
carton,
frame of reference. Hey man, let's not start yet. Hey man, you're an all-star. Let's not fight yet. Let's wait. Let's wait to get our words.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This
really
smells like a jelly donut. I was right, dude. Just smell it.
Okay.
Take a whiff
Smell
of it, dude.
and taste.
Take a whiff. It's a jelly donut. It's so crazy how much it smells like a jelly donut. I smell a lot of jelly and a soft baked good too. It's really funny. This is crazy. It's so weird.
I guess it's been a minute since I smelled the jelly donut, but I smell the jelly.
It's a jelly sour for sure. And then my mind, because they said donuts, I think, I don't know if I smell raspberry more than jelly.
So that sounds like the power of suggestion at work.
Yeah, the mind is a powerful thing, Sam.
They said donut, and your mind immediately jumped to donut.
It does have this jelly smell, so I'm stoked.
I just want to drink it because I'm thirsty.
That's sour, and I can't believe Sam drank that much, and he's regretting it. Tastes like soda. Reminds me of Hawaiian fruit punch. So pastry sour.
It's good.
It's good. It's not like destroying my taste bud sour, but it is sour. It tastes a lot like candy.
I don't feel like I'm being assaulted in my taste buds.
There's not a thing of bitterness.
It is a tempered sour.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's pleasant.
Not bitter. It doesn't taste like 7.2%.
There is a sourness to it.
It doesn't taste like a donut, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, I don't taste that.
Yeah, I guess I taste raspberry, but it really tastes like a sour jelly. Tangy.
It's just weird when they put those kind of like.
I'm sure they use
those
real
words.
raspberries, but I just can't taste one. The only way I can tell a raspberry if I'm drinking brisk. And that's not even real raspberry.
It's just my mind has such a hard time linking those words they use to describe like the flavors to the drink because I get so hung up on consistency. It's like my brain. It's like oh, it tastes like that, but it's like it's not that. And then it's like a haywire.
It's a peanut butter milk stout, but that doesn't feel like peanut butter.
It's a drink. You're not supposed to drink peanut butter.
And if it was like a peanut butter shake, it'd be a different consistency, which fucks you up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying.
You don't check your eggs to make sure they're broken in the carton.
Yeah. Till the day I die, David.
Doubt.
I never had to check my eggs again.
Because you don't buy your eggs.
You know what? Next time we talk about food, I'm gonna change my whole process. I'm not gonna check the eggs. I'm just gonna shake the carton and then just dump it into whatever pan.
In a bag.
Cook the shells and all.
Shells are good for you.
You know shut that? Up. You shut your face. All right, these are good.
Yeah, this is great.
Good job.
Super tasty.
I almost said oingo boingo. Good job.
Ogopogo. Ogopogo. And we're probably saying that wrong, but I like the can. It's got a little foo-foo dog on the front, but I don't think it's a Börries.
Börries.
I just want to see what other beers they have to see.
Wouldn't it be wild if this was the only drink they had?
I doubt. So they have something called the Belgian White Ale, the hazy IPA that has it's called the Charlie.
Spell it.
Sharlie, and it's the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, it's actually spelled with an S.
La Llorena. They have La Llorena, which is a Mexican
like that movie.
Yeah, it's a Mexican and it's a Mexican lager.
Very topical.
Ooh, they have. That's cool. They have a beer they made with North Park Beer Company, which is near us, and this one's called Archers on Lunch Break Milkshake IPA.
I like
Mosaic,
these names.
Mango, and lactose. Hakuturi double dried hop hazy IPA.
Hakutori? Spell it. Haku.
H-A, there's a line over the A. K-U-T-U-R-I.
T-U-R-I. Hakuturi.
Here, they spell it right here. Hakuturi.
You said Hakutori.
Yeah.
Hakuturi. Interesting.
Periton, which is a mythical creature. Looks like a reindeer with antlers, with eagle legs and eagle wings.
So it's a chimera.
No.
Interesting.
Chimeras have lion legs.
No.
Yeah, chimeras are lions with wings.
No.
What is it?
The chimera is just like a blend of animals. General.
Hazy. General. I like how you say that.
Generalized blend.
Dry apple cider. That has cider. Good for them.
Interesting.
Also,
I like.
Yeah, this contains lactose, I think, too.
If the rest of the drinks they have to offer are on par with this, I think they got a good thing going.
Yeah.
Because that was a good sour.
Delightful.
Delightful.
Buddies. All right.
Cool. Want to get into
Let's get into
the topic.
Video games.
Video games.
Cool.
Question mark. Shrug inflection.
What's the Anchorman thing? Oh yeah.
What? Tell me.
It's his teleprompter. Someone puts a question mark.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Question.
Damn it! Who put that?
State class to San Diego.
Go fuck yourself,
all right.
San Diego.
I was like, all right, I'm going to break the ice. Did either of us do the warm-up task? Because I didn't do that.
I didn't, but that's easy.
So the list that we are going off of
Yeah, tell us
comes
where it's
to
from.
us from printdiscuss.com. And what does it say? Video games. Hold on, I can't scroll all the way over.
Conversations, questions.
Come here. Video game conversation. Why is my phone not cooperating?
When you
Video
flip it.
game conversation questions. That's it. That's
I
it.
just-
It was a lot of effort
Literally-
to get
literally
exactly what you
that
said.
10 seconds ago. And I'm not editing that out.
Shh, it's okay.
This is Sam needs to learn.
It's okay. Anyway, video game discussion questions. Yeah, but so it is. I think it's like 18 questions in total. See how far we get. We'll shoot for all of them, but there is a pre-quiz
There's a warm-up
question.
task.
Yeah, it asked. I didn't do this.
It says list your favorite video games.
Basically, it says so. The prompt was, "What popular and classic video games do you know?" And then it says, "Make a list."
Of
So we're just-
popular video games?
It's popular and classic video games. I would say like
Super Mario,
we're gonna be here for a while if we do this because I can.
Castlevania.
You're like in the Nintendo zone.
I'm
There's
trying
more
to
than just
classic.
Nintendo.
Tetris,
Popular
Pong,
and classic.
Galaga, Pac-Man,
Galaxian, Miss Pac-Man,
Gunslinger.
Red Dead Revolver. I'm like parallels to
That
you.
might not be that.
It's not that classic,
Yeah.
nobody-
Also, people didn't really.
People don't even
like
know.
it that much.
I was like, and people
compared to 2.
half of the people are not aware that is in the same franchise
As Red
as the
Dead.
rest of the Red
Yeah.
Dead stuff.
That's the first one, really.
Technically.
Yeah, but that's not. I don't think anyone was brought from that game into the other 2.
I don't remember. I haven't played in a long time. If we do this, I'm just gonna name
What's
off
that
niche
stupid racing game that's in
pole position.
arcades?
Cruising Exotica.
Yeah, USA.
Cruising Exotica. Ugh. Anyway, we're not gonna do that because
Time
we're gonna be here for a while and we didn't plan it
Duck
ahead of
hunt.
time. But anyway, let's get into it. So, question number 1: do you like video games?
Yes,
Why or why not?
they are fun.
I like them.
This probably would have been better if we had someone that said no.
No, we can say yes and give different.
Also,
different
why would someone
opinions?
want to discuss? Yeah, if they didn't like it.
I
Yeah,
don't-
I say yes. They're fun. They're entertaining. It's like any other hobby. It gets you out of the world and so you do something fun. If that's what you find fun.
The way you're saying that, your inflection and just the energy you're putting into it really makes me want to play video games. Like if I didn't know what a video game was, just the energy you
Are you
gave me
lying?
just now, it was just like I like video games. They're like
Well, I just know I don't have to
they
be
do
exciting to
things
you
and-
about it because you know how
like,
to.
David, I'm an emotional vampire. You have to feed me
You're
energy.
that guy from that vampire show.
Please. I'm like, give me
Energy.
something to bounce off of.
Yes, video games are super fun. Mm-hmm. I mean, you get to do things that you literally can't do in the world unless you are a space marine or a plumber.
I was like, or you can do things you can do in the
And you'll
world.
go to jail.
That is a whole facet of it. That's a whole genre of video games. Is like the life sim.
Even the real life ones aren't real life though.
But-
because you can, then
but
you're-
you can.
But it's a game, and then you can be like, I can do whatever I want in this real life.
so
consequence.
All right. So
game.
like, have you ever like loaded up like a Grand Theft Auto
Yes.
and then tried to live by real life rules in
No.
the game? Like, have you driven a car in Grand Theft Auto and tried to do actual
And
driving
yes,
rules?
it's so fucking hard.
It's like a whole other game.
It's like harder than to drive
to
crazy.
not kill a billion
like,
people.
It's they make it so difficult. I've tried that once because it's like you keep your police thing down, and then there's a cop in front of you, and he doesn't fucking go on the green light, and you honk your horn, and he gets out and starts shooting you. I had to kill this guy. Then I'm defending myself.
That's good. But video games, yes.
The same thing about Red Dead Redemption too. That's exactly the same.
Well, I
thing.
mean, that's all Rockstar.
yeah.
That's all they do.
They do make the horse.
The horse
Going in a horse, like how a normal
going
person
in a horse like a tauntaun.
riding a horse like a normal person is way easier
That they smell
than
bad.
riding a horse
On the outside.
really fast.
Okay, but you like them. I like them. I'll say Not necessarily because they're an escape from reality, but they are. But it's just like, I like that it is kind of a passive activity that still like engages your mind a lot of the time. Especially the games I like to play where there's like an emphasis on like puzzles and like...
Devil May Cry has puzzles?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just like a puzzle with blood. You mean?
No, I mean like there is platforming a la Mario in DMC, but like it's different. But yeah, it is a platforming game.
Devil May Cry, ladies and gentlemen, the same as Mario.
I'm going to continue.
Sam just said that.
That's in my
Basically
to
the
my
same-
deathbed. I
the
will
same
continue to praise those games. I love those games.
It's
But
the same game.
no, I mean like I just like games, and you know, I think they get a bad rap by people that don't understand them.
Yeah, I almost don't care what those people say.
I don't either, but I'm just saying, I'm like, the people that say bad things about games are probably the people that would benefit most from playing them.
They'd probably be smart.
Because they'd be like, oh, is this what I'm missing on?
They're already stupid people. They are. I've had this ethical discussion about how video games, they're bad for children, and like, you know, playing Grand Theft Auto when you're 12, you don't really understand like what you're doing, and you can't really do that in the real world. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, I do understand that I can't go drive a car and run over people. I know I can't do that because I'm 12. I know I'm not going to shoot up people with an Uzi.
A functioning person would be able to make the distinction.
How is this 12-year-old playing Grand Theft Auto?
You're a bad parent.
You're a bad adult if you let. And then like those stories about I didn't know this was rated M, and it's like.
It's real hard.
Why were you right there buying the game? Like, you have to buy the game for your kid. Mm-hmm. Dumb fuck.
Don't know.
Also, either if you say video games are bad, it's because you don't know what they are.
You don't understand them.
Or you suck at them, and you're just bitter.
Salty.
Yeah, about your
Bitter
terrible life and your missionary sex position.
But, yeah. That's great, David. I'm glad you feel that.
Do you like that energy?
Yeah.
How's that for energy?
That is an energy. It's something.
All right, question
use
2.
That. Question 2. This is, well, obviously. Do you play video games these days? How much time per week do you spend playing them?
I have started playing a lot more now that COVID is a thing.
Beard Me That Beer as a collective has started streaming, but David has also.
I've been playing way more games.
Yeah.
I got back into it years ago. I was really into it with the Xbox 360 and the GameCube. I would play all the time. Then I took a very long break, like
years,
9 years, where I really didn't have any interest in playing video games. Mm-hmm. And then I got an Xbox again, and then a DS, and I was like, I'm going to play Halo, and did that. Now I'm like, I probably play video games every single day.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, trying to get better, too. Nearly
30 years old.
I am now back to being 20 years old.
Yeah. Reset. Yeah, I've never really stopped playing video games. I have periods where I'm playing more often than not. But like
you've always had a console.
I
went like 9 years without any of that.
I mean, like ever since I got my first console, which was, I think it was the NES. The first NES was the original one for us. Yeah, I've pretty much had a console from at least every generation. At least like the mainline consoles. I'm not much of like a PC gamer, but I did dabble in that a bit too, especially when I was younger.
Like Second Life or something?
No, I mean
Half-Life?
No, well, some Half-Life, but like I'm sure that'll come up later. But
Flash games.
I've been on games fairly regular, but I wouldn't say I'm a hardcore gamer. I'm more of like a casual, and I don't typically play a lot of. I'm not really a multiplayer type gamer unless it's like a couch co-op. Like if anybody watching our streams, like David and I have been going pretty hard on Halo recently.
Actually, we only do couch co-ops because we can only do that.
But I can change. We don't have to.
Well, we do the stories. Casual walkthrough
You
stream.
don't need two people first.
Or
Sorry.
Ogopogo,
ladies and gentlemen.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Next. That was easy.
Next.
Ballpark.
All right, number 3. I feel like some of these we're touching on before we get to them. Number 3. Some people say that video games are a waste of time You agree or disagree?
I mean, you can say that about video games. I can also say it's a waste of time to go watch sports. It's a waste of time to go do anything other than go work. So people have opinion.
I really like your approach to people that have a different opinion.
I mean, they are allowed. I mean, you know this more than anyone. People are allowed to have their own opinions.
It's true.
They can literally have their own opinions.
I'm commenting on your reaction.
Yeah, and that's your opinion.
I know. It's just I like to point out that David takes an almost condescending tone.
Well, I mean, people can have their opinion.
Yeah, I know.
And the beauty about opinions is I don't have to give a shit about them. Or think they're right or think they're wrong.
I'm just sharing my observation, David. I'm in agreement.
My opinion is more important than anyone else's and more correct.
Well, of course it is. It's yours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the beauty about it.
That's good. That shows confidence, self-confidence.
But yeah, those people are stupid. There's more than just a video game ruining a person.
I'm like, if you're a bad person, it's not because of video games.
That has happened long before.
It is an I was going to say an orgy of things that could made you an awful person.
It's an avalanche of things that video games kind of just, I can do that. Maybe I can do that to someone. But you already had that.
You are the product of a lot of different things, not just video games. And besides, I would say anyone that really has that opinion just hasn't played a game that they've enjoyed, if they've played any.
Yeah. But this is more of a waste of time. They're not a waste of time.
They can be. It depends what else you have going on in your life.
But then it's like saying reading a book is a waste of time.
That's true. Objectively.
I mean, you could literally say going to work is a waste of time. You're not really living your life.
I would say it's about pros and cons and like where your priorities lie at the moment. Because it could be like,
right now
I could be sleeping at 2 o'clock in the morning.
The video game war is booming right now.
Well, the state of the world.
Yeah, is indoors.
It is ideal.
Santa loves it.
Huh?
What?
I like going outside. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, I guess we don't think it's a waste of time. We think people are wrong and say it's a waste of time. That's cool. It's cool. Beer me that beer.
Taking a stance.
All right. Number 4. All right. Here we go. This is like some history for us. What was the first game you ever played? Where and when did you play it?
Probably Mortal Kombat.
That was your first game?
I think so. I'm trying to this is deep 7, 8 years
Mortal
old.
Kombat 7?
No, 7, 8 years old.
Oh, I thought you said ago.
No.
I was like, yeah, you definitely were playing stuff.
7 or 8. I was 7 or 8 years old. I think it was Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Which one?
Or Sonic. It was one of those.
Sonic makes more sense for
Genesis. It's one of those. That was also around the same time.
Which Mortal Kombat?
I don't remember. It was the really shitty one.
That could have been
like 1 or 2.
Any of the early ones.
It was either 1 or 2.
Maybe 3.
I don't know. It was just really either Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis or Mortal Kombat. I don't even know what Mortal Kombat was on, like the system.
It was everywhere. Back when it was the Wild West
of
consoles back in like the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, I didn't play Super Mario until later, like way later. Didn't play Duck Hunt until way later. But yeah, Sonic.
I
think Sonic was my first one.
Wow, that is what was the first one I ever played? It was probably I'm pretty sure. So NES, first one we had. I think the first one I ever played was. Okay, so we had that dual cartridge, I think that had Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt on it. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember which one we loaded first. I think it was Duck Hunt. But we didn't have the gun. But we didn't have the zapper. Oh. So, I guess I just watched it. I don't remember.
How do you play it without the...
Oh, no, we did have the zapper. We did have it. So, yeah, I did play Duck Hunt, but I was such a cheater. I would put it to the screen thinking that did something. And it did. But
I was
cheating. It was cheating. But yeah. So it was Duck Hunt or Super Mario Brothers. I was not good at either of them because I don't think I ever finished the first 2-3 stages.
Yeah, I don't think I remember being very good at Sonic.
Mario, as soon as I got to the first underwater level, I think that was as far as I was ever going to get.
That's where all noobs,
at that age.
Noobs die.
Yeah, I mean
after that, it's just hard.
Yeah, but I'm kind of glad that those were maybe not so much Duck Hunt because I don't really play a lot of light gun games anymore. I do like them. I don't play them very much
Yeah,
anymore.
because we're not
outside of
we
arcades.
don't have arcades. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I'm glad Mario. I mean, that's like, a very beloved
That's a
game.
lot of
a lot of
yeah.
people know about it, obviously. But yeah, that was like platforming. I don't know if I was responsible for my taste now, but that's probably mostly what I play is like platforming / puzzle games. So, yeah, cool.
All right.
All right.
Next.
All right. I don't know how I'm going to answer this one. What is your favorite all-time game? Why was it great?
Ooh, that's hard. Favorite all-time game.
I would say like games for like favorites, I kind of treat like music. Like I have like ones that
What's
are
your
like
favorite
general
all-time
favorites,
game?
but it depends on the day.
What's your favorite all-time game?
I mean, like the one I've sunk the most hours into would probably be.
Not the most hours. Your favorite all-time game.
See, I don't know.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Use the Force.
The force of what?
Use the Force.
The
Luke.
force of will.
Use the Force, Luke.
My name's Sam. My name's Sam, not Luke. I don't know, man. It depends on the day.
I think you know the answer.
I'm gonna say Portal 2.
Portal 2? That's not a bad choice.
It's not, I love that game.
Yeah, Portal was a very awe-inspiring franchise. Mine's real hard. Real hard.
Today, my favorite game is Portal 2.
Right now, all time. It's hard. Super Smash or Halo 2?
Okay.
I'm gonna go Super Smash Brothers Melee.
That was okay. Why?
Does it say why?
Yeah, I think that was. Let me see. What's your favorite game of all time? Why was it great?
It was on a better console.
Okay.
So graphics were better, engine was better, it just ran faster and smoother, and you got a bunch of more characters. If you've never heard of Super Smash Bros. Melee, it is the second in what Nintendo brought to the fighting game world, because it was unlike any other fighting game. It brought all its brands into one fighting game, which was amazing. It was like, I don't know if I want to say it was revolutionary, but it kind of was.
It is like the Super Smash Brothers is like one of Nintendo's flagship franchises.
Yeah.
So,
and I think bringing all the characters from your different games into one was just really fun. Mm-hmm. All the items, Pokeballs, hammer, scope laser.
a lot of deep cut references.
Yeah, lots of nostalgia. Mm-hmm. But also really fun to just beat up, and it's not like a gory or like, oh, you gotta do a bunch of combos. You had your attacks, your simple attack, and then you can make it a little stronger, and then you had your 3 little special moves, and then your get yourself from flying off the map move.
That doubled as an attack.
Yeah, so it was simple. You didn't have to know like. You didn't have to read the thing on the arcade, A plus B plus please, and then to do a move.
Okay. All right. And I'll say Portal 2, it has like a very quirky kind of sense of humor about it, but if anybody that doesn't know the Portal franchise, it's basically you are a test subject in an all-white facility, and you have this gun called the portal gun that lets you shoot surfaces and link them together with portals. So you could the goal of every like stage or level is like you just have to navigate a room with like obstacles in it that normally without this piece of equipment you would not be able to do. And it just gets more and more difficult as the game progresses. But with Portal 2, it was more of a full-fledged game at that point, and like
Is that the one where the thing's trying to kill you?
I mean, you're constantly getting almost killed. But like, GLaDOS, the HAL 2000 a la
Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Space Odyssey, whatever.
The Red Eye.
The Red Eye. Yeah, she was like a full-fledged character, and like she's hilarious, and she just wants you dead, and she's got like the most dry sense of humor ever. And then surprise, what the fuck is that guy's name? I'm gonna get it.
Don't worry about it. Continue.
It's Cave Johnson, played by. I need pictures of Spider-Man. What's that guy's name? It's
Jameson.
But that's not his real name. I'm totally blanking it. That's fine. Anyway, shame on me. I know people are shouting at me, but yeah, he had a surprise role in that game, and he's hilarious. And Wheatley, Stephen Merchant, also very funny. He's like that orb thing, but very good game. Just the puzzles. The puzzles blew my mind. I love it.
Yeah, it was definitely XYZ axis, no more 2D, and it was really 4D gaming.
It's big brain game. Yeah. Portal 2.
Didn't
all right.
someone beat that game in like 10 minutes? Like there's a way to
speedrunners.
Yeah.
I don't count as actual gamers because they're monsters.
They're ahead of what our brains can do.
They're disgusting.
I watched a Doom Eternal speedrun, and it was insane. IGN does this speedrun show on YouTube where they have the developers watch the speedrun, and they're like, wait, how the fuck? And then sometimes they're like, oh no, we fixed that in a different patch. He must have, and usually speedrunners like tend to want the first patch of the game because it's basically broken still. But they're like, how did he? Oh, like the Doom one is where you're like on a ledge and you just kind of like fall a little bit in between the ledge. It can be like a little 2-foot edge, and if you macro your mouse scroll into I think like super running, you scroll while you're falling the 2 inches, and then it shoots you up really high. And the developer's like, oh yeah, I know how he does that.
But
it's just so funny that these people are so. The amount of game walkthroughs they have to do to figure that out is insane.
I get it. I mean, I don't find it. I mean, it's interesting.
Think it's awesome.
It's interesting, but it's not like what I want. I'd rather watch someone who's really good at a game play the game the way it's meant to be played.
I mean,
but that's just my opinion.
You should watch the Crash Team Racing speedrun.
That one I get because
that guy is just so good at drifting. Like so good at drifting. It's unbelievable.
He's fast and furious.
Like usually when I drift, it's like, oh, you do a round drift. This guy's like drifting in a straight line, and then just like how's the
beeline drifting.
Even the developers were like, the way this guy like drifts is like I've never seen anyone drift like that. It just it's like. But then they were like, this is why in competitive gaming we like have rules where you can't do that.
Okay.
But then I'm like, well, then take drifting away.
Well, all right.
Yeah, anyway, go ahead.
We could go on about that forever. All right, moving along. Where am I at? What type of games are good for playing alone? Which are good for playing with other people?
Type of games, so not specific games.
I guess you could give an example if you want, but I think it's just asking like a genre.
Well, the type of game that you play alone, it would be, I guess, one-player games. There are one-player games, which I still don't know why people still make them.
I wouldn't say that's a genre of game. That is just like
a type of game. That's a type.
I mean, it's
single player versus multiplayer is a type.
No, I would say it is a. It's not a genre because
I'm not
the
saying
genre.
It's a genre. I'm saying it's a type.
That's what
type and genre is different.
You're an asshole.
Type and genre.
Shut up.
Type and
but continue.
Genre.
Make your point.
Opinion.
Share your point, but I think you're wrong, and I'm seething. Go ahead.
Your opinion does not matter.
Go ahead.
I know. I think it's single player games. Obviously, are a little different, but there are a lot of single player games where then they have little like Halo 2, very good co-op. Halo 3, very good co-op. Halo 1, very good co-op. And that was like me and Sam have said this before. Like they got rid of the LAN playing with your friends in the same room to more online games. But online is really fun. I think playing Warzone with other people is super fun. Because the game is unlike anything else. Like if you're in a team, you have to work as a team to make sure you don't die, to bring you back, to hear footsteps. It's like, oh, I got someone coming this way. It's like a lot of teamwork involved, and I think that's super fun. If you have a good team, or if you play with a bunch of idiots, that just don't know how to play or go off by themselves. But Yeah. Puzzle games, I think, are pretty fun by yourself, though. Like Lumines. I don't know if you ever played that.
I thought it was Luminous.
I thought it was Lumines.
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 I can see it.
Lumines.
Luminous.
Lumines.
Luminous.
I.
Ness. That game is super fun by yourself because you can play it 2-player, but it's just attacking each other. But the puzzle feature, I think puzzle games are super fun by yourself.
Okay. Good. I like that input. I hope they do too.
Or if you don't, tell us.
I'll say I don't know, because I'm not a social gamer. Just by default, like I'll play with my friends, but like I've never really got the appeal of like the online multiplayer model. So just like it, most first person shooters and like,
Which is funny because now it's like all multiplayer online model.
yeah,
Like,
which is why I don't really play a lot of those kind of games in particular anymore. Outside, the stuff we do for the channel. Yeah. I would say like games to play alone. So I would say like any like really good like a well thought out plot driven game. Like I know there are some out there which there's like a 2-player focus or whatever. Like there was that one jailbreak game a few years ago. Get Out? No, not Get Out.
That's the movie.
A Way Out. You've seen that one, right?
It's a picture of a prison and there's a guy.
But that would be an example of like a 2-player, very much plot driven kind of game, which awesome. But I'm saying like more like I don't know, like your Uncharted's or like even just more recently like The Last of Us. I don't really want to get into that controversy about the new one at all. But
I never got into the game, so I have no.
That's fine. That's
also
that's good.
It's only
it's
PlayStation,
good
right?
that you don't what?
It's only PlayStation, huh?
Those are PlayStation ones.
Yeah, that's also gaming. You got some people have every console. It's like I cannot do.
It's
okay
difficult
with
to keep up with if you just want to be a normal person. But like yeah. So like a good plot driven game, I think that's a good single player experience. Whereas, I don't even remember what the second half of the question was. Good games playing with other people. I like a game where you don't.
I would say almost any Nintendo game is good with other people.
Like, yeah.
Mario Kart, Super Smash, Mario Party.
A lot of those ones are good. Like any good kart racing game I enjoy.
For multiplayer, for sure.
But like for like the mainstream stuff, like the shooters and stuff, like I guess
you don't play online, so there's a big wall that you can't really see.
I'll say I get the idea. I'm not into it, but like I think it's just because of like I've never really been on board with playing with strangers.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. Also,
I'd rather play with people I know.
The shitty thing about online multiplayer, there is no governing.
It's just kind of the Wild West.
So people can literally cheat as much as they want, and unless you have proof, there's nothing you can do.
Mm-hmm. I know people like it. It's not for me.
Thank you to streaming, people get caught all the time because they like have their stupid windows open and they see like a game engine on that's cheap. Banned.
Yeah.
Done.
Cool. But yeah, I mean, like, I guess plot-driven stuff, cool for single player. I guess just about everything else. But then, I'm okay with everything.
Left 4 Dead was a pretty good plot-driven game, and it was a great multiplayer. I mean, it was only really.
I would say because that works both ways. Because you could play that single or multiplayer.
But it was just like a totally different ball game when you did it together. Because then you can do it like on a harder level, and then.
I mean, you can do harder level by yourself.
Yeah, but then it's not that much fun.
I mean, it's stress.
Yeah.
Which can be conducive to fun.
No,
for masochists. Yeah. Well, that's what I gotta say.
Next.
Let me see. All right, we might have to cut this up into 2.
Let's
what do you think?
As you said, 18.
Yeah.
So that's
fine. Cut it at 9.
Just to go to 9. Yeah.
All right.
Are we on 6?
7.
7.
So we got a couple left. How much money do you spend on video games? Is it more or less than you spend on other forms of entertainment?
I need a time range, like a day, a month, or
let's say
a year?
Over the course of a year, like your annual. What's your annual expenditure on video games?
For how long I've lived? Because I took that 9-year break where I didn't play any games.
Well, just say, give me like a good year.
This past year, I have paid a lot more because I'm playing a lot more.
How many? All right. How many games would you, if you had to estimate, would you buy on like an average year?
like I just said, I just got this Xbox for Christmas, so we're on 8 months, and I think I've bought 30 games, 20 something games.
Are these like full price?
No, a lot of them were on sale.
Okay.
I don't buy games when they come out. I buy games on sale. And if you have Xbox Live, you get discount too. So far this year, I've definitely spent a lot more. Probably like $500
Okay.
so far, maybe.
All right.
Maybe even less than that.
Now, how does that stack up with your other forms of entertainment?
What other forms?
So, like, what you stream, right? You don't have like a Netflix or like.
I pay for Disney Plus.
I know for a fact you don't go to the movies.
Disney Plus, $7 a month. So
probably not.
$56.
Is that the only streaming service you have?
I don't pay for anything else. That's what I pay for.
Okay, your household.
Netflix is another $10 now.
Depending on the level.
I think it's $10 now. Hulu's free with our internet. HBO Max is free with our internet. So $14. Maybe Hulu's not free. So, yeah, cheaper, I guess.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is it's not even close. So
I would say it's $100 up to now. Well, at the end of the year, it'll probably be like $300 probably for streaming.
But you already said that you're like at the 500 mark, and it's like it's nearly.
But I just started, so I think like when you first start, you got to buy a bunch of games.
That's the thing with gaming. It's a lot of upfront.
Yeah, so I don't think next year will even be half that.
Okay, so
Xbox Live will be most of that cost.
Yeah, because that's the subscription model.
That's
so
$25 every 3 months.
So I don't have an
$100
Xbox anymore. I was gonna say. So is there like different? Do they have like the monthly plan or like the annual?
Now there's different. They just got rid of an annual. So now you can't buy Xbox Live yearly because everyone thinks it's because their Ultimate Game Pass is going to be different now. So they have Xbox and this is what people think the way the world is going to go. Remember that GameFly?
Oh, I do.
So
I don't really remember. I didn't use it.
It was like a digital version of. It was like Netflix, where you order a game, you rent it out for as long as you want, then you turn it back for whatever $20 a month. Game Pass is. I don't know if it's every month or every couple months, but they give. If you have Game Pass, I think it's $15 a month. You get that's Xbox Live Gold. That's Game Pass. Game Pass they give you 100-something games in rotation that you can download and play for $15 a month. And they have like some seriously good stuff, like Red Dead is now on there. Formula 1 2020, which is really, really popular, is on there. And then you pay $15 and once the game is gone, though, it's gone. So you can't play it anymore. But you can buy it because you have Xbox Live Gold, you get a big discount. So, and then there's for Xbox Live Gold, which I don't have Game Pass. You can buy it every month or every 3 months. And I think they're changing that number soon because in fall, when the new Xbox comes out, apparently, and they said this, you'll be able to play all your Xbox games via Ultimate Game Pass on your phone, on your computer, on your laptop, on your tablet, on your Xbox, all via what I think it is, the cloud.
Interesting.
Which is huge. That's it's like kind of what Steam tried to do with their Steam console. Because Steam you can do wherever you can put Steam at. But to have like your Xbox on your tablet, if you got a good tablet, tablets are only getting really good. So you have the possibility of having a pretty awesome gaming experience with a tablet.
That's cool. I guess that's like stuff like words you were saying. It's cool, man. So that was at your peak. So like, what? Oh no, that was current situation. Like, what about at your peak?
I remember. I don't know if it was you. No, it was me and Chris would like go and like midnight launches all the time to get games. So I think that was a little more back in the day. And games were, There was just no sales. There was like you bought it new or you bought it used.
In which case, if you bought it used, depending how new it was,
Yeah.
it was only a little cheaper.
Yeah. Unless you waited like 2 years and then be like, oh, that gave $7. Cool. And you can still do that, but now with digital downloads, they can do sales whenever they want.
So how do you feel about that?
What, digital downloads? At first, I was like, all right, here's my 2 cents about this. I am totally fine with the disc because it's tangible. It's like a CD or like vinyl for people. It's like you get this thing and you have it instead of just a digital piece of space. But the stupid Xbox, like you put the disc in and it says downloading. And they're cool. It's downloading the game. You still need the fucking disc in the Xbox for the game to work because it's the key. That is stupid shit. If it's downloading, cool. That's all you need. But it's to stop people from, I download the game, done with this game, and return it. And on digital, it's just like already on your Xbox. You don't need. So I like that aspect. I understand that you have to have the key to stop people from just downloading the game. And I think it was a problem with PlayStation because you could just download the game, return it, and you have, like, there was no key. Now there is. So I get it. And that's why I think digital's a lot better now. I don't need the key. It's always on my, that me buying it on the Xbox is the key. So I am going with the flow, but I do like discs.
See, I think it's just, I think this is about the point in my life where I'm like cementing and like I'm becoming less receptive to like newer things. So
you hate digital?
I don't hate it. Like,
it's more convenient.
Like with a lot of things, I understand it, but like I don't necessarily agree.
It's more convenient, less trash in the world, less production.
I'll say like so like you were saying, like with that buy the disc and install, and there's like patches every so often or whatever. I get that for like the sake of like the developers, the distributors. That's like part of that is like a security measure for them. So it's like, oh, our stuff isn't getting pirated constantly, which
it happens a lot. And honestly, dude,
even like within the last generation, which was it's pretty common.
Now it's like good luck.
I get that, but I miss the days of. And obviously, like, this is speaking as a generally, like, a console gamer, not so much a PC gamer. I have no idea what that landscape looks like. But as a console gamer, like, I miss the days of just putting a disc in and then just starting up. I don't like where it's like, oh, I got to install 30, like 16 gigabytes worth of new data before we boot your thing up. But I guess with Sony, I guess it's maybe a little different because, like, they'll give you the option of starting a game anyway before the updates are like installed or whatever. But
Xbox kind of has that a little bit. It's like, oh, you can start it here, but you can only do a little bit of it.
Oh no, Sony will just let you go as long as you have the disc.
Yeah.
But like,
not a digital download. You have to wait the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, unless you have like, as far as I remember, unless you have like a full install in there and it's just a patch. But yeah, I get the appeal. I take advantage of that, but it's like games that I'm looking forward to pre-release. I would rather have a physical copy.
I think like when Halo Infinite comes out, I'm probably gonna go and chalk up like the $100-something for the Legendary Edition, and hope to God it comes with a helmet, because it's fun to have those trinkets. And because now even if you buy a game hard disk, nothing comes in it. There's no manual. There's no guide. And before it was like, how to play. Cool. Thank you. And now it's like, here's a little tutorial. It's like, well, can I have the guide while I can read? You know, I can absorb information a little bit. Now it's nothing. Now it's like a 1 month card for Xbox Live.
Yeah. I guess I miss older conventions of the gaming hemisphere.
I do like the digital, it's fine, but also storage space that has a finite life.
Yeah, I'm constantly fighting with like
how many hard drives
how much space I have left on my hard drive.
But I do like that it's still it's account based, so I always have it. You know, I have my account. I'm always gonna have all those games. And before it was just like, the 360 hard drive and your gamer score. That's it. Now it's like a full file, and I think that's cool. I think I like where it's going, and that's opening up for, I think, developers to put more money, because now production. What's production? A server to load up the files, and that's it.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
I hope that's a little different from then. Hey, now we don't have to pay $500,000 to get physical copies.
I know I still haven't technically answered the question, but like I feel like we're in a good space right now. I like where our conversation's at. I kind of I guess this is just a product of the times that we're in, but I kind of miss the days where like I didn't have to pay $60-$70 for a new game, and I kind of miss when like, because now the whole deal, I mean, in my opinion, from what I've seen, it seems like everyone's always trying to drive, basically like sell their game on the merit of it being like the highest graphic fidelity ever. I just miss like the days when we could have like mid-tier games for like in like the $20 to $30 margin, where it was like yeah, it's not like a AAA title, but it's like it's a fun like time filler kind of game. Like it serves a purpose.
Back in the day, it was like $40. That was top tier game.
Yeah.
Then it went to 60, and we were like, okay, that's fine. New generation.
Right.
Now we're pushing 80, 120.
It is getting obscene. Yeah. Like the numbers that they're asking for.
Red Dead Redemption, the ultimate is like $130. But you do get like 2 full bigger stories, and you get some stuff. But I think what more developers are doing for online, and it's 100% true. They give you the game. Now they just reap you for, oh, you want this? You got to pay. There's no like, here's the whole game. Go unlock it. Like Halo 3, when all those Spartan suits came out, it was like, no, you have to do stuff in the game to earn that flaming helmet.
Yeah,
now it's like, oh, just buy a skin pack.
Like when they first introduced the idea of DLC, I was kind of skeptical. I got it, but at this point, I feel like it is just like
Doom just came out with one.
It's just like they're really abusing that. I feel like because like now it's like it's at the point where it's like there is like content that is legitimately finished on a disc. That is just, you can't get it without paying extra money after buying a game at full retail price. And I'm like, I just miss the days of like, you buy a game and you get the game.
Halo
and that's
did
it.
that, but it was like a free. Like you bought Halo 3 and it gave you like free 4 maps that you could play. That was cool. Or like Halo 2 had one, and it was like $15 for 4 of their maps. And I didn't get that because I wasn't playing online. I was like, I don't need that. It's like for $15, I don't need to spend on 4 maps that I'll play with my friends. But
yeah, but like I remember like playing like GoldenEye as a kid and like beating the game, and then like finding out that there were like cheat codes that you could enter, and then like we got like big head mode, and I could only imagine that if that was something nowadays that you'd have to buy that on like an online store for like an extra $2 or something.
There's a lot of microtransactions.
I'm not a fan of that.
EA runs on.
It's just them milking the consumer for more money.
Yeah. I do like the reward system that some developers put in their games, where you do like Fall Guys, like you do a good job in your show, or you win, you can buy skins that other people don't have. But like Warzone, it's like you have to pay for this skin. There's no ability for rewards. Like I think if you win a Warzone game, you should get some Call of Duty points, and that's how you can buy stuff. I mean, I think it would make people want to play more, and that's
okay.
I mean, Warzone is free though, so.
But anyway, I guess I should answer this question.
What's the question?
I forget. We kind of just went on a roll there. How much money do you spend on video games? Is more or less what you spend on other forms of entertainment? I would say this year I haven't spent a whole lot, but like I would say on average I think I'm like buying or completing like maybe like, and this is just for me, this is not counting like my girlfriend stuff because we share consoles and games and stuff. I only buy maybe like 10 or so games a year. and maybe I'll finish 10 or so games. But like back in my heyday, like I think there was one year like I bought like 2 consoles and then like 2 new consoles in the same, probably within like 2 months of each other. And then I bought like maybe like 30 games on top of that.
But that's because you bought 2 new consoles.
2 new consoles and like.
So there's a lot of upstart and a controller, and now you got to buy a charger for controllers and drives and whatever bullshit else you need. But I think I am okay with spending like $80 a month on games right now.
Really?
Yeah, including Xbox Live. So that's Xbox Live is, I think it's like $8 a month if I do the 3-month plan. But like with $80, if I wait for sales, and there's sales every week, I can buy like 12 games. So I think that's way worth it.
I would say, especially
wait for the sales. They're like $8. I bought the Slayer.
It's a no-brainer.
Slayer. Check this out. Doom. It's called the Slayer Condition. The first Doom with Doom 64, Doom 2, Doom 3, and the Doom 4 for $12. That's insane. I'm gonna buy that every time.
Oh my gosh.
I bought Red Dead Redemption Ultimate for $25.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a no-brainer to take advantage of those deals when that's something within your reach.
Yeah.
Like PlayStation, they have that. They have those kind of perks too. If you're like a PlayStation Plus member, I think to couple with what I was saying, like I would probably buy more games, but like as a typically
right now,
like a single player, like that is a dying.
Even right now, there's not that many games. Like there's a couple games I want to buy, but I'm not dying to buy them that I need them right now. Like the Formula One 2020, the Schumacher one is like $80. I'm not gonna buy it for $80. I'm gonna wait until it's 20.
Right. I'll say like I think it's just me personally. It's like the type of games that I like to play are not being made as much anymore. So I'm finding like less and less reason to buy newer games. So which is driving my number down. But I'll gladly sink in hundreds of hours into a single game if it's something I enjoy. Like I've done that with like the Persona games. I've done that obviously with DMC. I've done that. There's a lot of games I've done that for. Like this year, probably the thing I've sunk the most time into. I don't think you would know what this is, but the same developers who did the Yakuza games, there was a game that came out recently called Judgment that I've been sinking a fair amount of time into, which is kind of like an open world Japanese detective kind of quirky crime story.
Detective Pikachu.
Sure. Just dying inside quietly. But anyway, yeah, like I would do it more, but it's just there's less games I'm finding interesting now.
Yeah, no, I agree with him. All right, next question.
Okay, next question. So if we're keeping with what we said, we got 2 left.
Yeah, that's fine.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Number 8. People play games on computers, phones, consoles, and in arcades. On what kind of machine or device do you prefer to play a game? It says "do you prefer a game?"
Console. I've tried PC. I don't have that ability. This.
Now, you don't necessarily have to use a keyboard.
I've been told, and I know it's true, that a keyboard is far faster than your controller reflexes. And I do agree with that. I think it
depends on the person.
I wouldn't want to play on PC with a controller when I could just play on console with a controller.
Okay, but mostly console.
And the funny part is, it's like, oh, the PC is so much better. I'm like, yeah, you just spent $1,000 on a PC. It better be better versus my $300 Xbox. I expect to play games casually with my Xbox. If I wanted a $1,000 PC, I would buy a $1,000 PC. I just don't see the point in spending $1,000 on a computer.
In all fairness,
to play video games.
I was like, in all fairness, it is a lot cheaper to build a decent gaming PC nowadays. So you don't necessarily have to spend $1,000 for a functioning.
High end, bro. High end.
Well, you're a maniac.
Top tier. If you have a PC, you have to go top tier. Save your money. Top tier all the way.
Whatever, David.
And then you have to change it next year because there's going to be
David's
other graphic
opinion.
cards.
I mean, yeah.
I hate that so much about consoles. It's like, when's the next one? Can we just wait?
Just give it some time to breathe.
5 years.
Can we
5 years?
Can we get one good game first before?
It's 5 years, then you can think about it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The shelf life on anything
Yeah.
technological is so short. It's frustrating.
But I play games on my mobile too. I have a game I love playing that I've been playing almost like 5 years now, 6 years.
Is it Fruit Ninja?
No, Battle Bay. It's a multiplayer game, so you would hate it. It's made by Rio.
Rio? That bird movie?
Yeah, the people who make Angry Birds.
That's not what I was talking about.
Oh, that one. I think it's Rio, right? Rio makes them.
Yeah.
No, I know what movie you're talking about. They're both birds. Yeah, so they made this game a long time ago, and about 2 years ago they stopped doing anything for it, which is really sad because it's super fun. 5v5, 4v4, your little boat, and like you have a shooter, little speedster, tank. You can be like a health boat that helps heal your other boats. So it's really fun, and it's like you got to be a real team because the balancing between matches can be really terrible sometimes. Like 5 speeders versus 5 shooters. Speeders are gonna win, especially if 5 boats gang up on one boat, it's over. But yeah, that's the only game I know. Mobile is pretty big with PUBG. In other countries, that's just fucking huge. Good for you. I don't know how. And some of these players are like tri-fingering it. Like they hold the phone with their pinky and index finger, and their thumb, middle, and ring finger are playing the game.
Like for mobile gaming, I understand
on a giant iPad too.
I understand to a point, but like when you get to like your PUBGs or like any of like your Twitch based, like especially the shooter type games, I'm like, I don't understand. Like,
how did you just zoom and headshot?
I don't understand how you don't have carpal tunnel immediately. It's just that claw grip you have.
It's insane. It's brilliant because it's like that's amazing that you have that skill. And there's like those PUBG players like $100,000 for playing a mobile game out. Like you can win 100. Obviously, that's top tier, like top players in the world. But that's still insane.
Right. That's
it's awesome though.
That is a type of person.
But I do like playing that multiplayer game, and my little team, our guild is every week is getting a little higher in the ranks, but no one's playing anymore. So
I mean, like we've said before, I'm most of the stuff I play on lately is like Sony, but like I'm so ashamed of myself because like the only like mobile games I play anymore are just like the most like
what's it called, Sam?
Like pedestrian.
What's it called?
So like I recently within this past
2 weeks ago you were just like all about it.
I would say like this past March, I don't know why I did it, but I downloaded probably I'm just getting stir crazy, but I downloaded Candy Crush again, and like this is like end of March, and it is now we're like heading into September, and I'm at like level like 1,005, like around the 1,500 mark, and I am ashamed of myself. I'm fucking disgusted.
1,500?
Yeah,
weren't you like on 1,000 like 2 weeks ago?
I think I just hit 1,000. Yeah, man, that's a lot of toilet hours getting sunk.
So that's mobile games are fun. They're meant to be mobile.
I hate them.
There's one game that's
so
really
much.
stupid for mobile. Pokemon Go. It's not a real Pokemon game. Buy a DS, buy a Switch, play the real Pokemon game.
I like that Pokemon Go motivated people to get out and do stuff.
Now they're just a bunch of assholes who can't. Like, I have 55 shinies. How many do you have? I've been playing Pokemon.
Do you know
on
anybody
the DS?
that talks like that?
Yeah, Sam. I've been playing Pokemon Game Boy Advance. I've for years sunk hundreds and like thousands of hours into gaming. I've only ever seen one shiny, and I've only ever caught one shiny.
It is so
Stop fucking restarting your Mewtwo catch every time so you get a shiny Mewtwo. Just play the game. If you get a shiny, you get a shiny. Pokemon Go ruined shinies. Like I caught like in one event, I caught like 6 shinies. I'm like, this is stupid. This is not fun anymore. Shinies are supposed to be legendary. Yeah, sorry.
That is your Pokemon rant.
All right, number 9.
Number 9, question. Final question. But yeah, we both like consoles. 9. Have you ever played a video game in an arcade? Are arcades popular in your country? Not so much anymore.
Yeah, well, COVID kind of ruined that, but pre-COVID, it was still kind of like a downward spiral. It was a dying breed.
The arcades were definitely dying out. That is coming. It was it was going downhill.
Yeah.
But
Just because people don't really like going to them. It used to be like, hey, let's go hang out. Me and Sam used to do that at Boomers all the time.
I was gonna say, is like I don't know if it was just getting into adulthood or whatever. It's just I don't have as much time as I would like to do those kinds of things.
Also, that place was gross.
What?
Boomers.
Boomers?
It's a gross place. Just clean up a little bit.
I mean,
but there was the only place where you could go do DDR.
I missed
and those shooter games.
I liked arcades because of the atmosphere. I like the atmosphere that arcades had, and like just the range of games they had available.
I like arcade games because they were games that we could not play the right way at home. Like the Time Crisis. That's fucking awesome.
You can't play that at home. It's
Unless you have that 2,500 used machine. Like a DDR machine is $2,500 used. Like, and it's way better because it's hard. You can go faster. You can go harder than a map.
And if you're a bitch, there's a bar.
Yeah, which people need. It's fine. Legend of Max is hard, Sam. I know you couldn't do it. Period.
David, I can barely play that game.
But yeah, I liked arcades because they had games that were more immersive.
More immersive. I liked the range of games they had available because they had like
just sitting in like a race car seat is more immersive.
I was
than
like
sitting on my couch.
And I feel like they had like games for everybody.
Yeah.
Like you had like your goofy light guns for like all of you shooting fanatics. You had your cool like cruise and race games. You had
Mario Kart was getting into the arcades, like Dave and Buster's. Dave and Buster's was the right way to do it. Have a bar.
You had all of like your rhythm based games, so like your Guitar Heroes,
DDR,
your Beat Manias, your DDR,
your DJ,
and then for like all of the older folks, they had all of like those casino light games,
yeah.
or just like
old school Galaga Pac-Man.
Yeah,
that one
classic
machine.
arcade. Yeah, they like a couple of the novelty machines.
Yeah, tickets, and then like some.
You had your whack-a-moles.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and your skee balls and all that stuff.
Hockey, air hockey.
Yeah, like you can't get that in like a home setting. I mean, like you have to go to a place for those, and like.
Unless you have money, yeah. Oh, I totally missed that. And then like Boomers is what took over what we call Family Fun Center,
which is back now.
It's coming fucking back, and I hope they fucking fix that place up because it's right down the street, and we can go play DDR.
I'm getting on those go-karts,
That's on
man.
screen. I'm not.
I'm getting it.
Yeah, I'm not.
What? You sounded...
I'll do putt-putt.
Putt-putt? I'll play some putt-putt.
I'll play putt-putt.
Fuck yeah, I'll play some putt-putt.
But not.
I'm not getting in those bumper boats because I don't want that stale gray water in my mouth.
Yeah, that's gross.
Or laser tag.
They are not as popular anymore, but there are some places where arcades are huge, like GameWorks up in Rancho Cucamonga.
Or you can go to like your Dave & Buster's. Or like
Dave & Buster's adult version of it. Much more expensive, though.
There's a lot of places.
But the games are top shelf. So instead of Cruis'n USA, it's Mario Kart, which is amazing. Yeah.
But yeah, arcades, man. They're cool.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's sad that they died. They're dying out.
There's one arcade I don't like. The barcades.
What's the one in North Park? Is it Coin Op or?
Yeah, it's Coin Op, and there's one in downtown now. I fucking hate those places.
I like the idea behind them, but it
needs more space.
There's not enough room.
It needs to be Dave and Buster's style.
Huge. It's like they attract too many people for how little the space is,
and they don't like. The security guard doesn't know the fire code of how many people are supposed to be in there.
They're usually crammed.
Because I can walk in there and be like, this is illegal right now. And I should call the fucking fire marshal right away. But I don't want it's North Park. People are fucking trash. I don't want a super trash like group of guys around me while I'm trying to play my fucking, Area 51 game.
And I'm sure that those,
Also, the bathroom line. One bathroom for the guys.
No, that's not enough.
One bathroom for the girls.
That is not enough for a place
one
like
bathroom.
that.
Not like two stalls.
Stalls.
One toilet.
Single use.
Fucking bullshit.
And also, games and alcohol. In like numbers like that of people around, I'm like, those machines got to be filthy. I don't think they're getting
Buster's,
clean
it takes
constantly.
at least 20 minutes to get a drink, which is good.
Now, I think the most positive recent arcade experience I had was a few years ago. There's this place out in like Poway, Mira Mesa area. I don't know if you...
Nickel City?
Yeah, that place is the shit because it's like you're paying with like pennies and nickels, dimes, like super
I
cheap
thought they
change.
got rid of that. Did they bring it back? 'Cause
They might have.
It was Nickel City for a lot. It was literally a nickel per
Yeah.
game, and it was like a row. It was like an old '80s arcade where
Yeah.
it was rows of arcade machines.
Yeah, but that was
And then
fun the last time
they
I went.
changed it to a pass, so you paid $15 for first band, and you could play as long as you want.
Which is fine because that's like
Great too.
Yeah.
So you're saying they brought it back,
I don't know if they did. I'm just saying like I like that was
and
that's a thing.
That's Mount Carmel. It's
Yeah.
right off.
It's in that area.
I used to go there a lot as a kid. There's actually one I think in Miramar.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's called Nickel City. I just don't know if it's the same.
it's fine. It's like any dollar store.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Or,
99 cent only? 99 cent store? The dollar store?
Because it's Miramar, it literally might be a metal supply shop.
It could be. Refurbished copper.
Yeah, it's like, because it's around the businesses where it's like, oh, buy your rugs, buy your furniture, buy your brewery supply. Oh, that might just be metal supply shop.
Oh my God.
But yeah, arcades.
Arcades, cool but dying.
Yeah, COVID not super.
It's not helping anything right now. But yeah, this is fun. So part 1 in the can.
We'll do the next 9 next week.
Yeah.
Question mark?
Cool. Question mark. All right, this is fun.
Yeah, thanks for watching and listening.
Keep drinking, keep listening. Beer Me That Beer is a San Diego-based craft beer YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and podcast show.
And for more of us, check out beardmethatbeer.com. That's beardmethatbeer.com. If you want to reach out directly to us, email us at bmtbinfo@gmail.com. That's bmtbinfo@gmail.com.